funded by $75 billion, I think.
Yeah, talk is cheap.
See, okay, you don't want to have a conversation. Just go and finish, man. See, I can't even agree with you.
I thought we were having a back and forth.
Well, we were, but you interrupted me. I was trying to agree with you, but you don't even want to hear that. Come on. I got 1 minute. You got it. Go. Take it. Say what you want to say.
Okay. I mean, I must have you tongue-tied, Chris.
You don't have me tongue-tied at all. It's easy to respond to you. You're entirely too easy to respond to you. As I was trying to tell you and you were not listening, that one of the deals McCarthy made was to cut the defense budget by $75 million. They say they don't want to send arms to Ukraine. I think that's a good idea. But you're not prepared to have anybody agree with you, even when you call in trying to be provocative and don't know half the facts. Right-wingers, left-wingers, anybody who is in control of this government, including many of the so-called progressives, are voting for war by continuing to fund this war and send money and weapons and munitions to Ukraine. And you're so hard of listening that you can't even wait on me to agree with you on that point of view. Well, I'm done with it. But having me tongue-tied, that's something that you're incapable of doing, to tell you the truth. My brother was not listening, but he said, thank you for your comments about green burial. Sorry I missed the earlier segments. It was a caller, Ed, who had brought it up. And I tried to tell her what happened with Erica. I hope I did a good job of relating the family side of it. All right, we're out of time. Father Ron's in the house. You can check me out on PCNC. And that's all through the week, live at 10 o'clock. I'm not on this week. Good night, everybody.
It's the KDKA Radio Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine High School Basketball Game of the Week. Every Friday at 6, we bring you the best players, the best sounds of the game, and the best matchups in the WPIAL. This week, Central Catholic hosts Butler. The KDKA Radio Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine High School Basketball Game of the Week. For 3 in the lead. Oh, and he banks it in! Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're starting to speak another language, like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
Babbel.
Babbel. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com. Babbel.com.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
KDKA and KDKA FM HD2 Pittsburgh, W261AX Pittsburgh.
Always live on the free Odyssey app. From the Aetna Medicare Advantage Studios.
Pittsburgh's news, weather, and traffic station. News Radio, KDKA. This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Monica Ricks in New York. President Biden has landed in Mexico after a stop at the southern border today. He was in El Paso, Texas to assess border enforcement operations and meet with local leaders about the migrant crisis. Reporter Chris Fox has details.
El Paso's largest port of entry, the Bridge of the Americas, was President Biden's first stop. He took time to meet with Border Patrol agents and drug-detecting dogs and was shown the equipment and technology used at the border. The final stop for President Biden and Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is to meet with local officials, faith leaders, and non-governmental organizations that have supported the migrants.
Republicans blame the president for the record migrant crossings into the country. California is now bracing for yet another round of powerful winter storms. CBS's Elise Preston is there.
It's hoped berms and sandbags will help hold back the water and allow time to get livestock out of harm's way.
We moved our cattle to the higher ground. All of our fences have been wiped out.
Tens of thousands have already lost power. Another threat, heavy snow, which could lead to crashes like this one Thursday near Lake Tahoe, when a semi-jackknifed. Officials urging drivers to be careful.
Brazilian authorities claim they've regained control of the country's National Congress, Supreme Court, and Presidential Palace after they were all stormed by thousands of far-right protesters. Here's CBS's Jerika Duncan.
In a video posted to social media, the mob is seen attacking a police officer on horseback, pulling him to the ground. No word yet on his condition. Bolsonaro, meanwhile, has made unfounded claims the election was stolen. He left Brazil for Florida in late December.
The U.S. is sending more aid to Ukraine.
A lot of this equipment is coming from other countries. It's not just coming from the United States. So some of the fighting vehicles are coming from France, Patriot battery from Germany.
And negotiations continue in New York City, where thousands of nurses could be hours away from walking off the job. Nancy Hagans is the president of the New York State Nurses Association.
Mount Sinai Hospital finally agreed to come back to the table. So we are back in negotiations with all three hospitals.
The nurses want better pay and staffing standards. About 8,000 nurses could go on strike as early as tomorrow. Well, it looks like Elon Musk doesn't think he could get a fair trial in California, so the billionaire is now asking for a federal judge to shift a shareholder lawsuit to Texas. He says local media coverage is negative and biased. Potential jurors could also have an impact on the trial. It's set to start the 17th. This is CBS News.
Nobody should have to pay for one-size-fits-all insurance coverage. Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hi, I'm Danica Patrick and proud aunt. Watching my nieces grow, play, and learn is amazing. But not every child gets to be carefree. 1 in 6 kids in the U.S. are hungry. 1 in 6. That little girl sitting alone at the playground, she can't play like the other kids. She doesn't have the energy because she's hungry. School lunch will be her only meal today. It breaks my heart that this is the reality in our country, but it's something that Feeding America is working to change. Each year, the Feeding America network of food banks rescues billions of pounds of good food that would have gone to waste. This food is then provided to families and children in need. Being a kid should be about using your imagination, learning, and having fun. These children shouldn't have to miss out on simply being a kid because they're hungry. To find out how you can help end childhood hunger in your community, visit feedingamerica.org.
Brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
If you own a Keurig coffee maker, you could get some cash back soon. CBS's Linda Kenyon explains.
Just pop in your favorite K-Cup pod, select your brew size, and enjoy a perfect brew every time.
But there's a problem with those pods. Keurig marketed them as recyclable. They are not. In fact, most waste management companies don't accept the K-Cups because they're too small. Keurig has agreed to pay $10 million to settle a class action lawsuit and update the labeling to say the pods are not recycled in all communities. So if you bought those pods in the last several years, you can collect, but you have to act really fast. The deadline to file is Monday. Linda Kenyon, CBS News.
Naomi Osaka has withdrawn from the Australian Open. Tournament officials confirmed the news this morning in a tweet. In fact, the two-time champion hasn't played since September after dropping out of another tournament in Tokyo. A Ukrainian player will replace her in Australia next week. Monica Ricks, CBS News.
Get more for your valuables by coming to Treasure Hunt. Whether you're buying or selling gold and silver jewelry or coins, diamonds, sterling silver, or collectible coins, our friendly, well-trained staff is always ready to help. No appointment necessary. Stop in today and experience the Treasure Hunt difference for yourself. Visit our website at treasurehuntjewelry.com to find one of our 10 convenient locations. Treasure Hunt. No one treats you better.
Your source for everything that's news. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
Hi, Sarah. I'm sorry I'm late. The traffic is crazy.
Yeah, it is. And it doesn't help that gas prices have skyrocketed. I can't believe how much it costs for gas now.
Everyone's talking about how much gas is, but I never pay full price for gas anymore. I just use the free Upside app, and I get cash back for every gallon of gas I buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid real cash when you buy gas with the Upside app?
Yeah, real cash every time I buy gas.
What? That sounds like it could really add up.
I've made around $200 already.
Wow, that's serious extra money. I'm downloading the free Upside app now.
Download the free Upside app to earn real cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code CAR57 for an extra 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill-up. You can cash out anytime right to your bank account, to PayPal, or an e-gift card. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code CAR57 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus in your first tank. That's code CAR57 for 25 cents per gallon cash back in your first fill-up. Cashback's not available in gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Join us at Odyssey as we all do our one thing. Together, millions of things for our planet. Don't forget about the environment when making New Year's resolutions. This year, resolve to recycle more. Recycle paper, bottles, and cans. Reuse paper and plastic bags. And get a reusable bag for groceries. Recycle old clothes by donating them to charity. And recycle old electronics like TVs, computers, and cell phones at appropriate e-waste facilities. When we each share our one thing, it becomes 100 things, 1,000 things, 1,000,000 things for our planet. What's your one thing?
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This station is testing its emergency alert system equipment. The EAS will provide timely emergency warnings. This station serves the Pittsburgh Extended Operational Area. This concludes this emergency alert system test.
Oakmont Bakery. King Cakes and Punchki are now in full production in celebration of 12th Night and the Mardi Gras season. Oakmont Bakery has been creating pastries and desserts for Mardi Gras celebrations for many years. Whichever traditions you choose to adopt, all agree that once you've tasted Mardi Gras desserts, you'll cross the river, the bridge, and any highway to get to this award-winning bakery. Oakmont Bakery Punchki. This special Polish pastry is overstuffed with whole fruit fillings, rich creams, and mouth-watering jellies. All are coated with glaze or rolled in sugar. The King Cake is a decadent, rich, and tradition coffee cake available in cinnamon, raspberry, and cream cheese. Each coffee cake is decorated in grand Mardi Gras style. A presentation fit for a king. Check it out online at oakmontbakery.com. And remember, at Oakmont Bakery, we create delicious memories.
It's Marty Griffin. I have seen so much angst and anger these days that, you know what's overwhelmed me with joy and optimism? This Get Marty. The folks in this community that have stepped up. You can't help your neighbor if you hate your neighbor. Get Marty epitomizes that opportunity to help people, feed people, clothe people, educate people. If you need me, get Marty at KDKRadio.com. It's where we will find a way to help you.
Get Marty is brought to you by the Bowser Family Foundation. Matt Mertz Plumbing, now part of the Armstrong Comfort Solutions family. UPMC and Robert Pierce and Associates.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
A little snow this evening, and there could be some slippery spots. Mostly cloudy later tonight, the low 27. And clouds and sun tomorrow, high 39. Partly cloudy tomorrow night, low 27. Clouds and sun Tuesday, high 43. For AccuWeather, I'm John Feerick, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Good evening and welcome to Amplify, a telephone talk show that looks at life from a religious perspective. I'm Father Ron Lengwin, hoping that you have felt the warmth of God's love in your life this day, but especially the joy you feel when you share God's love with others. As we do each week, I'd like to begin our program with a story that is based on faith and formed with imagination. Two shepherds huddled close to the warmth from a fire. The one was older and wiser,